Hey everybody, it's Daniel Grissom here with Kids Cartoon Academy. Thanks for checking out my channel. Grab a pencil, some paper, some coloring utensils, and let's draw Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's. Alright, let's start with Chica's basic shapes. We're going to start at the bottom. Go ahead and block in a rectangle here and a light rectangle over here. These are very light, very softly drawn so that you can easily erase these lines without any problem, because there's going to need to be some overlap lines here. In the middle of that line, we're going to attach a toe. You see that? We've got this stretched triangle shape at the corner. Drop this pencil down, this line down. Come back up. Right underneath the corner of the triangle. Do that. You've just created a piece of pie or cheesecake. Then, cheesecake's better. No question, I don't think. Next, we're going to drop this down just below the bottom of that rectangle. Triangle, and then come on the point of that triangle, the side of that, and drop this straight line down, and then you're going to slant down. Once you get underneath this bottom of the triangle, go back up, and you're going to do the same thing over here, bringing that back to the corner. But we're going to want to bring this just out a little bit like this, a little curve, and then curve it up in this direction. So now you've got two little chicken toes, chicken claws off the bottom. Bring it right above the rectangle that we used as a base and just curve that across. We're going to do the same thing over here. We'll put this at a slightly different angle. It'll be a little more turned. So what you're going to start with is down here at the corner. Let's do the bottom of the toe, dip it up just a little bit. It's going to look a little bit longer because we're seeing it from the side. Bring that line straight up and then curve it back in about to the middle of that rectangle. Let's go ahead and erase the bottom of that rectangle so it's a little easier to see. Now we're going to make this look just as 3D as we did for this foot by just having a curved line under this one that connects at that point. And then we just need another toe. Let's, about in the middle, maybe a little higher than the middle of the top of this toe, we're going to do a slanted line out, slightly curved. Then drop it, nope, needs to be longer, I think. Then drop it straight down. And let's curve this. Now, for some of you, we're going too fast already. But that's what's great about YouTube. In the corner of this video, click the settings icon, the gear icon, and slow this video down so it goes at a pace that's better for your ability level. And if I'm going too slow for you, then speed it up. Or pause. Now, above this, we got to add another curve. Not very high. That connects to the top, and curve that around just like we did the top of the curve over here. You want them about in line with each other. I'm going to curve this corner a little just like we did over here. And now we've got two three-dimensional animatronic chicken feet. Erase that original rectangle line if you still have that. And there we go. So we've got the chicken feet. And I might do just a little bit of a curve to help us see some of that form of the foot a little better. You don't need to connect it down to the bottom though. Now, let's make them about the same size. So just check, are they about the same size in terms of thickness? Looks like this needs to be a little thicker. So you always want it pretty symmetrical when you're drawing your characters. The right side as big as the left side, etc. Now we can do the legs. Make sure you've got curves for the top of these feet. Then we're going to go right inside the edge of this and do these curved lines. They get narrower at the top, and then right here where the knee is going to be, do a curved line straight across. Same thing over here. Now, we're going to do the knees. We're going to have this skinny oval on both sides. Get them in line with each other. You can line them up with your pencil, sort of measure it. Make sure they're straight across from each other. Notice how the bottom leg goes into this oval. Then, almost like a V, but we're curving it a little bit. It's not a sharp upside down V. And same thing over here, except I'm going to move the center of that V further to the right. Bring it down like that. So this was like an off balance V a little bit because the leg's going to be turned just a tiny bit. Now let's add just this bottom left. Now for this leg, it's going to get narrower at the top because we're looking up at Chica. And so you want the top of this upper leg to be much skinnier than the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing over here. An oval that just wraps around. It's a bit messy. Let's clean that up. And it's okay if it's messy. I just want you to be able to see where I'm putting my lines. And then we're going to do the same thing. So it's going to come up here to close to the middle, getting much skinnier, curving the side on the right and on the left and the top. Now we're going to do the waist above these legs. So you want to think about basically this waist as a football shape. Sort of a flattened, skinny one, though. Don't want a big, fat one. You want these legs to go into it a bit. In fact, this probably needs to be even a flatter football. About like that. And you can get the corners rounded. They don't need to be sharp. So that looks about right. So get your lines curved. I'm going to put those ovals around here. Because these pieces connect up into the waist, the pelvis, and then let's go ahead and do the torso, the stomach, and the chest. Again, these are going to get much skinnier as you go higher up. And you can even add that bib. It's not going to come down as far as it usually does just because of the angle. We want the belly to appear bigger since it's closer. Do a very light curved line like that. We might end up getting rid of it, but it shows us a little bit of the angle and the form of the stomach. Now let's do the head. We'll have him looking down at us a little bit with a sideways angle to that head. So it's just a little bit crooked. I like to do these guidelines. I recommend you try them too. It'll help us divide the eyes into, it helps us divide the face, into the right parts so we can get the eyes and the mouth all located at the right spot. Same thing with this curved line across. Then we're going to add the arms. This one's going to be easy. Curved line, oval for the shoulder, or ellipse. Out of that, we're going to draw this barrel shape or cylinder shape. The same thing we've done with each of these pieces of the leg. And guess what? We're at this angle, the lower we go in the arm, the bigger it's going to be getting because we're looking up. Two curved lines on the side, oval in the middle, or ellipse, so we can see the cylinder, that flat side right here. And then lots of overlapping here. So one part of the leg or one part of the arm always overlaps the previous part. Again, we're going to make this bottom pretty big, bigger than the part above. An ellipse. And then let's draw the hand, again overlapping in that circle. Let's do a curved line for the top, little curved line for the thumb, and then we can do a longer curved line for one finger. We won't see all the fingers at this angle, probably just two, so we got one here. And then we could do another one there, just poking out just a tiny bit. Let's go ahead and put these little feathers up here. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to have cupcake. Let's just do a little piece of the shoulder coming out right there. You just see a tiny bit. Then the upper arm, again, just overlap it into that or touching that oval. Little thicker at the bottom, oval here. And I'm going to pause here because I'm going to move down here and draw the cupcake, the hand holding the plate. And then we can fill in this arm back here. All right, so let's go ahead and put the hand down here on the plate. This is going to just be the thumb. So that's small and it's sideways. Then we're going to do a large finger that way. One here. And a smaller one here on the side. And bring down the hand below the plate like this with the little curve. If you hear babies in the background, well, that's my babies. There we go. There's a hand. For the cupcake, let's put the line slanted like this. And then we're going to do the squiggly line up top with a big curve that wraps around it. Wrap around that squiggly line. For the candle at the top, we're going to slant this cylinder back, and it's going to be pretty short just at this angle, sort of just popping up over the top of the cupcake. And then we'll have the flame back there. Then we'll put the eyes in here, 2 big circles. At this angle, the circles are actually a little flat looking. because of the angle. So a little wider, like ovals. Line straight across, because you got the eyelids, and put the pupils down here. And then let's do those strange little teeth. We'll make them 3D looking. 2 rectangles, and then add this trapezoid underneath. So they look like cuboids. A cuboid is a rectangular prism. It's a cube, but a rectangle. There's your trivia for the day. A cuboid. All right, fix this squiggly line a little bit. And there's our cupcake. Now you can see, that's why I didn't draw this arm yet, because half of it would be erased. But we can do it now, right behind this cupcake, up into the elbow a little bit, into that oval. Now, all we really need is just some final details on the face and right down here for the toes, where it's black on the end for the claws coming out the toes there. Now let's do the face. First we got to change the shape of this head a little bit because it's not a perfect circle. We need to sort of flatten the top half with a mostly straight line instead of so circular. And then that should do it. That's actually all we need to do for the shape of the face. Then we're going to put one circle over here, one here. Again, these look a little flatter, a little more like ovals just because of the angle. And then let's do the mouth. We'll do the mouth open. So this is just the top jaw, actually. And this, you don't need to shade this in right now. I'm just doing it so it's easier for you to see, because we're going to ink and color. That, well, actually, you can make a choice, because that's actually a pretty good mouth if the mouth is shut. But I'm going to do the mouth open. So I'm going to do the bottom jaw down here. Like this. Goes behind the chest because the chest is in front. Then we've got the teeth. And that would be shaded in too, right? The mouth is open. And now, little eyelid up there, eyelid up here. He can be looking at us, so he's looking down. At you. She's looking down. I think I said he a lot in the class. Whoops, this is Chica. I think I misgendered her. I'm sorry, Chica. All right. Eyebrows. Do the expression you want for the eyebrows. I'm going to do sort of a neutral expression, but you can do mean ones, happy ones. There's this circle around here, which is going to be all shaded in dark. You don't need to do it with pencil because we're going to do it with marker. I think this eyebrow needs to be a little higher. It's going to be a dark eyebrow. But again, you don't need, no need to shade now. I'm just showing you what, giving you an idea of what it will look like. And that's it for the details. Now we're ready for inking, my favorite part.